Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. On this episode, I'm going to make it real quick. I want to talk about how you can find gems everywhere, little pieces of knowledge that can help you, further your life and get you to that next level. I was taking a class with a brother from India. He's studying to get his PhD in algorithms. So he's really good at programming. So one day I just asked him, I said, hey, can you teach me how to program in JavaScript? So he said, yeah, of course, no problem. So, I made the intention to go there and to study JavaScript with him. Now, when we got to the place where we're going to study, I was kind of apprehensive because I didn't expect for the JavaScript, to be something that, I would like, because I never was a math person, and I know that when you're dealing with programming and things of that nature, you have to actually, you got to be pretty good with numbers. So anyway, when we started the class, he said to me, he was going over the process on the board, and he asked, the three people that were in the class, he said, why do we have variables? Why do we have constants? And why in the world are we programming? So none of us could answer that question. So he said, you're programming. The variables and the constants are placeholders for values that you will put in there from the problem that you're trying to solve with the program. So then he starts to say, it's like a flow chart. He starts to explain to us, it's a flow chart. He said, you have the phase where you have to figure out what the problem is. What exactly are you trying to solve? What is the problem that you're trying to solve? Then you have the phase where you look at what are variables and things that are constant inside of this, what you're trying to solve, inside of this problem that you're trying to solve. What are the variables and what are the constants? And then it's about putting these variables and these constants into a mathematical formula. And then when you put it into the mathematical formula, and then you're trying to experiment with it to see if it actually works. Then on the end of his flow chart, he had two arrows. One arrow came down and said, so if it's successful in the test trial, okay, submit. And if it's not successful in a test trial, go back up to the top and redefine the problem. Now this, it just struck me right then and there when he said it. And seeing him writing the flowchart diagram really helped also. But this is exactly what we have to do in life. We have to define precisely what our problem is. Then after we define precisely what the problem is, then we have to actually put this into a mathematical formula. This is when I truly understood that math is the language of the universe. Then after that step, trying to test the solution. And then if it works, submit it. And if it doesn't, go back up to the top and start again. This was, it was just brilliant to me. And I could see how applicable this was to life. So that's my little gem that I wanted to give you guys for this week. Again, the greatest gift that the Creator has given us is our mind. So let's use our mind and create the situation, the circumstances in our life that we want. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another episode of Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And until the next episode, this is T. Bennett saying peace.